Bufones at Gemmae. There was once upon a time a widow who had two filias. The eldest filia was so much like her in the face and humor that whoever looked upon filiam saw her matrem. They were both so disagreeable and so proud that there was no living with them. The youngest filia, who was the very picture of her patris for courtesy and sweetness of temper, was withal one of the pulcherimis puellis ever seen. As people naturally love their own likeness, this mater doted on her eldest filiam, and at the same time had a horrible aversion for the youngest filiam. She made her eat in the kitchen and work continually. Among other things, this poor child was forced twice a day to draw aquam above 1.5 miles away from Domo, and bring to Domum a pitcher full of it. One day, as she was at this fountain, there came to her a poor femina, who begged of her to let her drink. "Oh, I with all my heart," inquit the youngest filia, and rinsing immediately the pitcher, she took up some aquam from the clearest place of the fountain, and gave it to Feminae, holding up the pitcher all the while that she might drink the easier. The good Femina, having drunk, inquit to her, "You are so pulcherrima, my dear, so good and so mannerly, that I can non help giving you a gift." For this was a fairy, who had taken the form of a poor country Feminae, to see how far the civility and good manners of this pulchri puellae would go. "I will give you for a gift," continued the fairy, "that at every word you speak, there shall come out of your ore either Rosa or Gemma." When Filia came to Domum, her mater scolded her for staying so long at the fountain. "I beg your pardon, mamma," inquit the poor puella, "for non making more haste." And in speaking these words, there came out of her ore 2 rosae and 4 gemmae. "What is it I see there?" inquit mater, quite astonished. "I think I see gemmas come out of ore of puellae. How happens this, Filia?" The poor creature narravit to her frankly all the matter, non without dropping out infinite numbers gemmarum. "In good faith," cried mater, "I must send my oldest filiam thither. Come hither, look what comes out of thy sister's ore when she speaks. To have the same gift given thee, thou hast nothing else to do but go and draw aquam out of the fountain, and when a certain poor femina rogat you to let her drink, to give it to her very civilly." "It would be a very fine sight indeed," inquit the eldest filia, "to see me go draw aquam." "You shall go," inquit mater, "and this minute." So away she went, but grumbling all the way, taking with her the best silver tankard in Domo. She was no sooner at the fountain than she saw coming out of Silva Feminam, most gloriously dressed, who came up to her and rogawit to drink. This was, you must know, the very fairy who appeared to her sister, but now had taken the air and dress of a princess, to see how far the rudeness of this puellae would go. "Am I come hither," inquit eldest filia, "to serve you with aqua, pray? I suppose the silver tankard was brought purely for your ladyship, was it? However, you may drink out of it if you have a fancy." "You are non over and above mannerly," answered the fairy, without putting herself in a passion. "Well then, since you have so little breeding and are so disobliging, I give you for a gift that at every word you speak there shall come out of your ore serpentem or bufonem." So soon as her mater saw her coming, she cried out, "Well, filia?" "Well, mater," answered the eldest filia, throwing out of her ore 2 serpentes and 2 bufones. "Oh, mercy!" cried mater, "what is it I see? Oh, it is that wretch her sister who has occasioned all this, but she shall pay for it." And immediately she ran to beat her. The poor child fled away from her, and went to hide herself in Silva, not far from thence. The son of Regus, then on his return from hunting, met her, and seeing her so pulcherrima, rogawit her what she did there alone, and why she cried. "Alas, sir, my mater has turned me out of doors." The son of Regus, who saw 5 or 6 gemmas come out of her ore, wallowit her to narrare him how that happened. She thereupon narrowed to him the whole story, and so the son of Regis fell in love with her, and considering himself that such a gift was worth more than any marriage portion, conducted her to the palace of his patroness, and there married her. As for the sister, she made herself so much hated that her own mater turned her out, and the miserable wretch, non finding anybody to take her in, wandered about living in Silwa for the rest of her days. The end.